Now we're moving into really the heirs of Rome, the societies that develop as Rome leaves a vacuum in its wake as it's collapsing, and one of those will be the Byzantine Empire. Now, the Byzantine Empire is effectively the eastern half of the Roman Empire. Remember, Diocletian and Constantine will both split the empire, and they do this for a reason. The western half of the Roman Empire contains a lot of Spanish people, a lot of French people, a lot of German people, not a lot else. Really kind of lacking in massively useful resources. But when you come over to the Byzantine Empire, you have the Hellespont, this thin area of land around Constantinople, which is a major trade center. Anything coming from the Caucasus, from the Black Sea, from the Caspian, etc., has to cross this point. So they have trade. Here, in southern Turkey, are what are referred to as the Lydian Mines. These are mines of gold and silver that are still producing. They basically kept the Roman Empire running, and now they're going to help the Byzantine Empire run. They're also going to have, for at least a period of time, Egypt, which is the granary to the world. It can grow as much as the Byzantine Empire can possibly need. So, they basically forget about Western Europe, and they're going to focus on this Eastern Empire. This is really a continuation of Rome in a lot of ways. We do have a man by the name of Justinian who will basically double the size of the Byzantine Empire and thus, in an indirect sort of way, doom it to its final demise. But in terms of the Byzantine Empire, there is an official religion, and it is Christianity. This definitely helps with the spread of Christianity following the fall of Rome. The church will work very closely with government. And by the church, I'm not talking about the papacy. The papacy is pretty irrelevant throughout much of this until we get to near the year 1000. But at this point, the church will be people who are predominant in the Byzantine Empire. Rome is effectively a backwater at this point. It's not terribly important. The emperor is believed to be Christ's representative on earth, which also causes a problem for the papacy, but not one we'll get into in this class. Now, finally, remember where the Byzantine Empire is. It's that eastern half of the Mediterranean, which means they're going to be culturally Greek. You're going to see a very interesting mix of Hellenistic ideas, of Greek ideas, and an early, very pious form of Christianity. And these two things are going to meet in the Byzantine Empire and create some substantial conflict, not that we're going to get into too much here, but that you should be aware of. Now, one last thing. We're used to our average society sort of developing slowly this way, plateaus, and slowly declines. I mean, that's Rome, that's the Hellenistic in Greece, that's the Greek classical, that's the various kingdoms in Egypt. We're used to this model. The Byzantine Empire will do something like this. They develop, and then it's going to be about an 800-year decline, just slowly tapering off until their final demise in 1453. So for roughly 800 years, they work, they flourish, and they go through the world's slowest decline.